श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि रामानुजदयापात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकं यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुग्म व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. Namaskaram. Happy Navaratri to you all. Welcome to our 2022 Navaratri Koluvu. This year the theme of our Koluvu is Sri Padmavathi and Sri Srinivasa Kalyanam. This is our very humble effort in depicting the story of Lord Srinivasa and Sri Padmavathi Devi. Hope you all enjoy our video presentation. The story of Lord Srinivasa and Sri Padmavathi Devi happened before the advent of Kali Yuga. In Kshiravdi, Sri Mahavishnu tells Sri Mahalakshmi that it is time for them to go back down to Bhulokam to take another incarnation to protect the devotees. He requests Sri Mahalakshmi to go to Bhulokam first and tells her that he will follow her later. But Sri Mahalakshmi doesn't want to go first. She refuses to go first alone. So Sri Mahavishnu decides to create a Leela. The story of Sri Srinivasa begins here. Several sages gathered together to perform a yaga for the welfare of mankind. Sri Narada Muni arrives there and he wants to know who will be the recipient of the benefits of the yagam they are performing among the Trinity. Whether Sri Mahavishnu will receive it or Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva. So they delegate Bhrigu Maharishi to go and find out. So Sri Bhrigu Maharishi goes to Satyalokam first. There he sees Lord Brahma meditating and reciting the Vedas, and Saraswati Devi is playing her veena. They do not see his arrival. He gets very offended and curses Lord Brahma that he will not have any temples of worship in Bhulokam. Just as a note, there are a few temples for Lord Brahma in Bhulokam. The places mentioned are Pushkar, Tiruchi, Kumbakonam and a few others. Next, Bhrigu Maharishi goes to Kailasam. There he sees Lord Shiva and Parvati Devi dancing, and they do not see his arrival either. He gets offended again and he curses Lord Shiva that he will be worshipped only in the form of a lingam. Next he goes to Kshiravdi. There Sri Mahavishnu is in his Yoga Nidra and Sri Mahalakshmi is doing Pada Seva to his lotus feet. They do not see his arrival either. So Bhrigu Maharshi gets very angry and goes and kicks Sri Mahavishnu on his chest, his Vakshasthalam, where Sri Mahalakshmi resides always. Sri Mahalakshmi also feels the impact of the kick. Sri Mahavishnu immediately wakes up and apologizes to Bhrigu Maharshi. He starts rubbing his foot saying, I hope your foot is not hurting because of the kick and let me rub it. Now, Bhrigu Maharshi has a third eye under that foot, which was the source of his ego. So, Sri Mahavishnu, when he was rubbing his foot, doing so, he also destroys the third eye. Immediately, Bhrigu Maharshi realizes the grave mistake he committed in kicking Sri Mahavishnu, so he apologizes to him and asks for forgiveness. And he also decides and says that Sri Mahavishnu will be the recipient for all the benefits of all the yagam. And then he leaves Kshiravati. Now Mahalakshmi is very sad. She is very deeply hurt and gets angry as well. Because Perumal, instead of chiding the rishi, had gone and rubbed his foot. She says she cannot live in Kshiravati anymore. She wants to go to Bhulokam. Now Mahavishnu doesn't want her to leave Kshiravati. He pleads her, please don't go, please stay here. But she says, no, my mind is very agitated. I need to go down to Bhulokam and start doing tapas. And she leaves Kshiravati. She comes down to a place called Kollapuram. That is the Kolhapur in present-day Maharashtra. This place was also known as Karaveerapuram. And she finds a place there and starts doing tapas. Sri Mahavishnu is very sad in Kshiravati. After Sri Mahalakshmi leaves, the whole place loses its splendor and luster. He cannot stay there anymore alone. So he decides to come down to Bhulokam. He comes down to Seshadri hills. And there, around Swami Pushkarini, he likes the cool and peaceful surroundings, and he decides to stay there. And there he finds an ant hill. And so he decides to go and stay inside the ant hill and do tapas as well. So he goes inside the ant hill, sits there and starts doing tapas on Sri Mahalakshmi. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are very concerned about Sri Mahavishnu's sustenance because he's been doing tapas without any food or water. So they approach Sri Mahalakshmi and ask for her help. Sri Mahalakshmi dresses as a cowherdess, and Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva take a form of a cow and a calf. Sri Mahalakshmi takes the cow and the calf to the Chola king, who is the ruler for that region. And she tells the Chola king that the cow and calf are very valuable and that they'll be a great addition to his royal Goshala. The Chola king agrees to it and accepts the cow and calf. So this is the cowherd. The cowherd takes the cow and calf along with the rest of his cattle for pasture every day. The cow, when it goes to the pasture, it finds the ant hill where Mahavishnu is resting and doing tapas. The cow stands on the ant hill and pours down her milk. Mahavishnu is there, he drinks the milk. Sri Mahavishnu knows that the cow and calf are Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva in that form who have come to take care of him. And the cowherd takes the cattle back to the Goshala every day. And the cow doesn't yield any milk when they go back to the Goshala. So this has been happening for some time. And the cowherd wants to know what's going on with the cow. So the next day he hides behind a bush and watches the cow. When he sees that the cow is standing on top of the anthill and pouring down its milk, he gets very angry. He throws an axe to hit the cow. Sri Mahavishnu is under there. He knows that the cow is going to get hurt. So he comes out of the anthill to protect the cow. He catches the axe before it hits the cow, but not before it hits him on his forehead. The cowherd immediately falls down unconscious. The cow runs back to the palace with tears in its eyes to the Chola king. When the king sees the cow crying, he follows the cow. The cow brings him to the anthill where Sri Mahavishnu is. So the Chola king sees Sri Mahavishnu. He doesn't know that he is Mahavishnu. So, but he looks at him and thinks, oh, this person is like full of radiance and splendor. Who is he? And he inquires Sri Mahavishnu about the unconscious cowherd. Now Sri Mahavishnu tells him, it's because of your punyam that you are able to have a darshan of me now. But because of your very irresponsible rule, the people in your kingdom are suffering. So I curse you to become a ghost. The Chola king asks for forgiveness. So Perumal says, in your next birth you will be born as Akasha Raja. And Sri Mahalakshmi will be born as your daughter. When I marry your daughter, that's when you will get liberated. The king immediately turns into a ghost. Sri Mahavishnu is walking around that region and he meets Sri Varaha Swami, another incarnation of Sri Mahavishnu. They see each other and they recognize each other. So Mahavishnu tells Sri Varaha Swami that he likes the surroundings around Swami Pushkarini and wants to stay there. Sri Varaha Swami tells him that that region is known as Varaha Bhumi. And if you want to stay here, you have to pay me something, give me something in return. Sri Mahavishnu tells him that he doesn't have anything to give him because Sri Mahalakshmi is not with him anymore. So Sri Varaha Swami requests him, Sri Mahavishnu, that from now on, all the prayers and offerings of the devotees should be given to him first, should be offered to him first. So that's why, Sri Mahavishnu agrees to that. And so that's why even today the same tradition is followed in Tirumala. So Sri Adi Varaha Swami is also known as the Kshetra Palaka of Tirumala. Sri Mahavishnu keeps walking around that region because his wound starts hurting him. He wishes if Sage Brihaspati can come and help him heal the wound. So Sage Brihaspati appears and tells him that the herbs found around the Swami Pushkarini will help heal the wound. So Sri Mahavishnu is looking for the herbs and he hears a lady singing Krishna bhajans from a hermitage nearby. So Sri Mahavishnu walks towards the hermitage and he meets a lady. Her name is Vakulamala. She was Ma Yashoda, the foster mother of Lord Krishna in Dwapara Yuga. She never got to witness even a single wedding of Lord Krishna. So when she tells that to Lord Krishna, he assures her that in her birth as Vakulamala, in her next birth as Vakulamala, he will be born as Lord Srinivasa and she will be able to witness his wedding then. So now Vakulamala helps Sri Mahavishnu with the wound. She takes care of it and then she becomes a foster mother to Lord Srinivasa there. Now this is where the story of Sri Padmavathi begins. Now the Chola king is born as Akasha Raja. He is the king for Tondamandalam and his wife is Queen Dharani Devi. They do not have any children. So the sages advise them to perform a yagam. So when the king is plowing the field for the yaga bhumi, the plow hits a casket. And when they open the casket, they find a beautiful baby girl lying on a 1,000-petal lotus. There is another version as well. When Akasha Raja was plowing the field, next to it was the Padma Sarovar. When he was plowing the field, suddenly in that Sarovar, a 1,000-petal lotus bloomed, and in that they found a beautiful baby girl. So the king and queen pick up the baby girl and name her Padmavathi. She is also known as Alarmel Manga. And Padmavathi grows up into a beautiful girl. Here, one day, Lord Srinivasa is chasing a wild elephant. The chase takes him towards Padmavathi's private garden where she is playing with her friends. Lord Srinivasa and Shri Padmavathi see each other for the first time and they fall in love. Lord Srinivasa goes back home and he is now thinking about Padmavathi. He is pining for her. So Vakulamala wants to know the reason that Lord Srinivasa is very quiet, so she wants to know the reason. So he tells her that he met a beautiful princess named Padmavathi and he has fallen in love with her and wants to marry her. Vakulamala wants to know more about Shri Padmavathi Devi. So now Lord Srinivasa starts telling the previous birth of Shri Padmavathi Devi. In Treta Yuga, there was a rishi called Kushadvaja. He wanted Sri Mahalakshmi to be born as his daughter. So he started doing a yagam, chanting Vedic mantras. So Sri Mahalakshmi was born as his daughter. He named her Vedavati. Vedavati grew up into a beautiful girl. She wanted to marry only Sri Mahavishnu. So she also started doing tapas. When she was doing tapas, Ravana, the king of Lanka, comes there. He sees Vedavati. He wants to marry her. She refuses. He wants to take her away by force. When he tries that, she jumps into the fire. Agni Devata saves her and gives her protection in his place. In Ramayana, before the abduction of goddess Sita, Agni Devata made a switch. He brought Vedavati and put Vedavati in place of goddess Sita and takes goddess Sita to his place and gives her protection there. So Ravana comes and abducts Vedavati and takes her to Lanka and she is kept in Ashokavanam. So Vedavati is the one who goes through all the trouble and taunts and all the hardships in Ashokavanam. So after Ravana is killed and the war is over, Vedavati is brought to meet Lord Rama. So Vedavati enters fire to prove her purity. When she enters the fire, Agni Devata emerges from the fire along with goddess Sita. Lord Rama is surprised to see two Sitas. So Agni Devata explains to him about the switch that was made before the abduction of goddess Sita. Now goddess Sita tells Lord Rama that since Vedavati was the one who went through all the hardships in her place, it is only right that he marry Vedavati now. But Lord Rama says, no, he can, because he has taken Ekapatni Vratam. So he cannot marry Vedavati now. He promises that he will marry Vedavati when she will be born as Sri Padmavathi Devi, and he will take an avataram as Lord Srinivasa. So this is the story narrated by Lord Srinivasa to Vakulamala about Sri Padmavati's previous birth. Now Vakulamala agrees to go and meet King Akasha Raja and Dharani Devi for seeking Padmavati's hand in marriage. So before she goes to the palace, Lord Srinivasa takes the form of a Korati, a fortune teller, and he goes and meets King Akasha Raja and Dharani Devi. And he tells them the reason for Padmavati's illness, because she is not eating anything, she's not sleeping, so she's very quiet. So he tells them that she has met a person called Lord Srinivasa, and that she has fallen in love with him and wants to marry him. And he talks about Lord Srinivasa's great qualities and tells them that a lady called Vakulamala will be arriving there shortly to discuss about the marriage. As told, Vakulamala arrives there and she seeks Sri Padmavati's hand in marriage for her son, Lord Srinivasa. Again, she praises Lord Srinivasa and talks about his great qualities. Now, Akasha Raja consults Shuka Maharshi, and Shuka Maharshi tells him that Sri Padmavati Devi is destined to marry Sri Mahavishnu. Now, Akasha Raja and Dharani Devi accept the proposal, and the marriage of Sri Padmavati Devi and Lord Srinivasa is fixed. Lord Srinivasa doesn't have any wealth with him, since Sri Mahalakshmi is not with him anymore. So he borrows money from Lord Kubera for his wedding. And he comes on his Vahana, Garuda, for his wedding. Now this is the Kalyana Mantapam, where the wedding of Lord Srinivasa and Padmavati Devi was conducted, and the place where the wedding was conducted is Narayanavana. Here you see Sri Vakulamala, Dharani Devi, Akasha Raja and Narada Muni, and the priest conducting the wedding, and Lord Brahma and Saraswati Devi, Lord Shiva and Parvati Devi, and lot of other Devatas and Maharishis had attended the divine wedding. At the back you see the Mangalavadya Goshti playing for the divine wedding. This wedding was conducted in Narayanavanam, and I believe they still have the big grinding stone next to the temple where the temple is now. They use the grinding stone to grind turmeric for the wedding. And Lord Srinivasa is there as a bridegroom with a kankana in his hand, and also a sword, a khadgam, because he met Sri Padmavati Devi while he was hunting. We have also included Swami Desikan and Sri Bhagavan Ramanuja. Swami Desikan's parents visited Tirumala before he was born. And in Tirumala, Swami Desikan's mother had a dream that she had swallowed the Aradhana bell of Lord Srinivasa. And after that dream, Swami Desikan was born to them. So he is also referred to as Ghantavatara. And during Swami Bhagavan Ramanuja's time, there was a dispute regarding the deity in Tirumala. The dispute was whether the idol belonged to Sri Mahavishnu or to Lord Muruga. So Sri Bhagavan Ramanuja placed Sankh and Chakram and a veil inside the sanctum sanctorum and closed the door for the night. He left the decision to the deity. And the next morning when they opened the shrine, they found that the Lord had adorned the Shankh and Chakram. And that's how it was established that it was a Sri Vaishnava temple. And this is the Utsava Murti of Lord Srinivasa, the Vairamudi Seva. I had an idol, so I just wanted to place the idol there. And there you have Lord Srinivasa and Sri Padmavathi Devi standing and showering their blessings and their mercies on all the countless devotees who visit Tirumala and Tiruchanur to have their divine darshan. We are very grateful for this opportunity in depicting the divine wedding of Lord Srinivasa and Sri Padmavathi Devi. We hope you all enjoyed our video presentation. Dhanyosmi. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashalini Srimate Venkatesaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu.